What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another update video on here in the hydroponic system. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We got some exciting news at the end too. I'll be announcing another type of video. They'll be coming out Mondays, but I'll get to that at the end of the episode. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, so let's get started. So starting as always with the lavender. We're just going to keep letting this guy go. If it gets to the point where when we have enough herbs to grow, we need this, we'll go ahead and take this container, maybe just get some new ones, but he does have some new growth. Let's see if we can get yeah, he's got some new growth right there. It looks like he's probably going to start flowering pretty soon. He's still pretty small, but again, I think he's kind of, as you can see, he's pretty woody down there. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see he's got some woody stuff down there. So he's doing good. I think he's getting close to the end of his life cycle, just based on what he can now do in the container. Well, let's move on to the basil. I don't remember if I had it on camera, but I went ahead and pruned a lot of points. You can see right there, there's some new growth. Same thing right here on this guy, and down here on this one. On either side of that right there, you can see a little bit more, kinda, yeah, there we go, a little bit. So again, this guy he's gonna be bushing out quite a bit soon. I'll be taking some more of these leaves, more of these leaves off for cooking. But at this point, I think with 2 more basil plants, similar size to this guy, I don't think I'd ever run out of basil, at least for garnish and for flavor. So we'll try to get one of them, ideally this one, since it's already starting to do it. We'll get this one to bush out really big so we can make sauces and stuff like that with the pesto, or with the, I guess the pesto as well, but with the basil. With that said, let's go ahead and move on. This is going to be the last week for the tomatoes. I know I've said that a few times, but this is actually going to be the last week. And just to make sure, we're going to go ahead and do this. Because we have seedlings down here, and actually down there. I'll show you that in a second. But we just need to get rid of these guys. They're not doing anything. They're hitting the roof, and there's no production, so it's not really worth the experiment anymore. I might try again just to see if there's something that I could have done better trellising it to give it more support in the beginning, which I'm sure there is, but again, these guys are done. We are moving on to bigger and better things, turning this into more of a usable garden rather than a just energy sucking garden that's not producing anything. So with that being said, let's go ahead and harvest some of these peppers. These guys have been about this size for nearly a day and a half now. I haven't seen any more significant growth, which makes me think that based on their setup in here that they only have about that big, which again, I mean, it's probably a 4-inch pepper. So still very happy with that. We'll go ahead and cut him. Let's see if I can do this with one hand and still catch the pepper. Awesome. Did not mean to take part of that leaf with me, but not bad. It's about the size of like an average jalapeno, which again, I didn't expect the peppers to be that big, but this is gonna work. So we've got 2 more right there, and I guarantee now that we've clipped these guys, these little buds, you can see. There we go. So we got several of these bud sites just kind of all around scattered. There's one right there. I'm sure there's a few up here. I've pollinated most of these flowers too. Some of them, like this one right here, it did not make it, but again, there's another bud right there just ready for it. Let's see if we can. This guy just kind of, as you can see, just kind of wilted up and died. He came off very easily, which makes me believe that with any kind of weight, the fruit would have fallen off pretty easily. But again, we got some more peppers up here as well, some more flowers. So the Anaheims, I mean, even if it's just for, we'll say 6, if I get 6 peppers out of this plant, it will have at least been a fun experiment. This won't be something I'm going to replicate just based on trying to grow things to eat. just because 6 peppers over that period of time just doesn't make sense time-wise and productivity-wise. But let's move on to the jalapeno. Again, we have just flowers everywhere. It's weird. It died and then came right back, and it's coming back with a force now. You can see this. That's a brand new shoot right there, and can't really see it in there. But there's a few. I need to probably actually clear a lot of those leaves down there because they're drooping anyways. I'll probably water them, and then when I do that, I'll go ahead and knock off a bunch of those leaves. As you can see, we have the Carolina Reaper right here, and he's finally started his Y growth. So as you can see, he's branching out into right there and right there. This one's getting a little bit bigger already, but you can see that he is about to start putting off nodes, and I'm very excited to see how many he can produce at one time, because if the Anaheim is producing a bigger pepper, it can produce 2 at a time. I'm hoping the jalapeno can produce about 3 to 4 at a time, and this guy ideally about 4 at a time as well, but we will see. Let's move on down to our seeds. I'll bring it up here for you guys. Flip this guy around so I can open it one hand. Awesome. Oh, got a little more algae. We probably should take care of that. As you can see, those are passion fruit seeds, and I will check to see, is that the folded end? Yeah. No growth so far, so we'll go ahead and put that guy back. These are the seedlings I planted a little while ago. Don't laugh at me, I made a poor mistake of planting them all very close to each other. Whoops, all those just fell forward. But again, we have no growth on these guys yet. I'm a little worried just because it's been probably 4 or 5 days, and typically by that point seeing at least a little bit of growth. We've got thyme. I think from here we go basil, thyme, sage is the first one. I believe maybe oregano. I can't remember exactly what the fourth one is. But for sure from some sage, basil, and oh, it's rosemary and thyme. So we've got those guys down there, and give me 1 second, I'll take you guys out to the patio so we can check out those guys. Alright guys, and welcome back to the outdoor patio garden. We haven't had very much growth, as much growth as I would have wanted with the peppers. It might just be time to just transplant them, and they might just be stuck. I say that, there's not really that much root bound or anything, so I'm not really sure what the holdup is, but as you can see, these guys aren't getting that much bigger. They're not really producing any wide leaves. Maybe the Thai peppers don't do that, but I say that, these guys are producing a little bit of leaves. I just feel a little bit more comfortable if they were probably 4 or 5 inches tall before I put them in the ground. That way I know they'd have a better chance of surviving. But as you can see, these are all the peppers. One right here too. 3 squashes in here. Actually, one of these might be a cucumber. Yeah, that's actually a cucumber, which he's almost getting kind of root. So as you can see, he's getting there. So we should probably plant that one pretty soon. But again, then we have the Brussels sprouts and some of the. One of these is that very interesting looking broccoli. So I'm excited to see that. I don't think this guy ever. Yeah, that Brussels sprout never popped up, but I think these 3 right here are Brussels sprout. So no worries there, but a little update on these guys. I know it's been a little while since we touched on them, but there just wasn't very much growth, and so between the last video and now there will have been, but it's just there wasn't ever a lot of stuff to talk about for these guys. So let's go back inside, and I got a little bit of news. Alright guys, and that's going to do it for this video. Just in this video, I want to let you guys know that on Monday I'll be doing my first Mail Time Monday. It's going to be 2 packages, one of them from a subscriber and someone I also subscribe to, called Wild Edible. I'll put her channel link in the description below, as well as another package I ordered probably about a week ago. So again, we'll open those. I've already opened them and I've already planted some things, so I won't tell you what, but I can't remember if I told you what I ordered. But anyways, so those are here. Mail Time Monday will be coming out on Monday, but again, these seeds will already be in the soil by the time even this video comes out. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks guys, and have a great day.